Today I'm going to show you 5 different ways to use this gorgeous planter for things other than plants. First, let's try it as a candle holder. How elegant is this? It makes my reading nook look so inviting. Also, it would make a great scarf holder. Why not have them out on display rather than forgotten in your closet? Or how about using it as a side table? Simply flip a tray upside down and place on top. Then drape with a cloth napkin and style for the season like I did with these cute pumpkins. Okay, this one's gonna surprise you. Are you tired of your dog's toys just thrown in a corner? Use the planter to display the toys when not in use. Don't they look cute? Last step, you could use it as an elevated floral display. It would be great for adding height to a dessert or beverage station. I hope you enjoyed these 5 unique ways to upcycle your planter.
Pick up some basic jute placemats at a craft or decor store. Sew 2 placemats together using an upholstery needle and jute twine. Hand sew a simple over-under stitch around the perimeter of the placemats, but pause about 2/3 of the way through. Stuff polyfill stuffing in between the 2 placemats to whatever thickness you want. Then continue sewing the remaining space with the jute twine and tie off with a knot at the end. You can stop here with a beautiful textured pillow, or you can take it a step further. Make 8 to 10 pom-poms using a pom-pom maker in a color or colors of your choice. Using the upholstery needle and yarn, sew the pom-poms at different points around the perimeter of the pillow. Style your jute pom-pom pillow on a sofa or chair and collect the compliments. Grab a basic Lazy Susan, I thrifted mine, and spray paint it black. Use some hot glue in the center of a jute placemat and attach it to the top of the Lazy Susan. Once attached, continue to glue the underside of the placemat to the Lazy Susan, working your way from the center to the edge. Use as a serving trivet at a dining table, or place plants on top, turning the Lazy Susan so each plant gets the best light. Or even style as a cool coffee station in your kitchen. Clean up an old planter pot and give it a makeover. Fold the bottom of a jute placemat under and glue it so it is secure. Do the same for 2 more placemats and then glue the placemats together on the sides. Wrap the connected placemats around the planter pot and glue the ends together where they connect. Your plants will love this new textured planter pot. I hope this inspired you to take some basic jute placemats and create unique home decor with style and texture.
So this project, we are going to be using a pizza pan wreath from the Dollar Tree. We are going to start with our rope, and what I want to do is obviously find the end of the rope, and we're going to start by tracing essentially the dip here of this pizza pan, and we are going to use our hot glue gun to adhere the rope to that surface. So I'm gonna do little bits at a time because I'm gonna really try to avoid any hot glue kind of peeking through. So I'm gonna just do a little line of glue. So far so good. So we're going to continue to trace this around, but we're going to continue the spiral all the way to the center. So depending on how big your rope is, this may take a little bit longer or it may take you no time at all. I love that this project is really, number one, so inexpensive. And I'm really looking forward to the finished product because being able to make your home look, you know, giving it a certain aesthetic, if you really like a certain style, being able to do that on whatever budget you have available to you is just wonderful. And I love that there are so many fabulous ideas out there. So we're gonna keep hot gluing and going around. So we'll be back when we're a little further into this hot gluing journey. So stay tuned for that. So for this last piece, I'm gonna kind of guess how much I'm gonna need. So I'm gonna measure it out. I wanna be able to tuck it in nicely. So I'm gonna cut it a little bit above where I want it because I know that this is gonna fray a little bit. I'm gonna make sure it's pushed into that hot glue, make sure it's secure. The center part's done. We're actually gonna go around the edges now because we wanna make sure this whole tray is covered. I essentially don't want this to look like a pizza pan at the end of this project. So we're gonna do the same, essentially the same thing. And I'm probably gonna start it from here. This is where I had started my rope, and I'm gonna go the opposite direction and just work my way out. So one thing I am gonna do with this project is I am gonna continue to go around this lip just to really make sure it's covered. All right, so we've made it to that place. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and then just make sure it's nice and secure so it's not gonna unravel. Next, what we're gonna be doing is we are going to be taking 2 of our shower rings and we're gonna essentially be looping them together. But essentially how we're gonna start it is I'm gonna put a little bit of glue. We're gonna go ahead and secure. I'm gonna let it dry for a second just to make sure it stays. So I don't really think I need to use the hot glue as I loop this around. It's just gonna be a matter of making sure it's looped around tightly. So we're just gonna have to pull long strands of rope through. And then we're just gonna make it nice and tight. I mean, periodically, if you would like to add little bits of glue to make sure it's nice and secure, that's fine. So I'm just gonna make sure that's nice and secure underneath. So now we have our first ring that is covered. We have 19 more of these to do. So we will be back and when all of these rings are covered so we can attach them to each other and then attach them to our pizza pan. We'll be back. So I'm gonna do this one a little bit differently. So I'm actually taking a piece of twine and I am tying it really tight and then I'm gonna cut the ends. That way it'll be a little bit easier for us to take our rope and go around. Okay, so now that these are all connected, we are going to work on lining them up and essentially doing the same thing to connect all of these rings together. Okay, so we're back. I have strung my shower rings together with rope. So now we are going to do the final one. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pizza pan and we are going to fit this around the edges and it fits perfect. So I'm just gonna go around to each base of the ring and I'm gonna do a little drop, a little bit of hot glue, and then just make sure to press it up against the frame of the tray.
There you have it. My tray is complete. I really love how it turned out. I think it actually exceeded my expectations. I think it looks really great in my blogging home office. So what do you think? Thank you so much for watching Home Talk. I hope you feel inspired to try this project. I will see you next time. Bye.